Hi peoples, welcome back to another book haul. Today I have about 6 books from 2 different stores and I only spent about 40 bucks. So it is a pretty decent haul. Not the best, but pretty decent. And the reason it's only pretty decent is because I went to a used bookstore besides Value Village that basically takes donated items and sells them for usually a little bit higher than Value Village might. So the first book I got was actually pretty, I say on the pricier side. It was only $15. It retails for almost 40. So that's pretty good. I got this for my art class. It's called The Art of Fantasy. It has a bunch of pictures and stuff in it. So there's a reason this retailed for 40 bucks cuz like the entire thing's in color. But this is the reason I went book thrifting, because for my project we have to get a book by an artist and like reference their work in our project. So this has 1,000,004 artists in it, so I feel like I can just pick one and go from there, and there's so much for me to choose from. The other books, let me take a breather. I'm always so anxious and excited and just I feel like I never breathe. Let's breathe together. Okay, breathing done. Another book I got at the BMV, which is a bookstore downtown in Toronto, is The Inheritance Games. I've actually been wanting this one for a little bit while, and it seems pretty interesting. I think it seems pretty simple. I think it's in the teen section at Indigo. It's not really complicated, it seems. It's not really like epic fantasy. Like, your brain's not going to have to do a lot of hard thinking. But I think it's just fun. I like books about trials and games and all this other stuff. Like, trying to overcome a puzzle or, like, a power that be. So, I think the Inheritance Games are going to be pretty fun. And maybe if I like this book, then I will get the rest of the series, but I'm testing out the series with this book. The third book I got at the DMV is the fourth book of the Throne of Glass series. I've only read the first one, but I'm so addicted to it. It was like, it's a 10 out of 10 book, and it's only, I rated it 9 out of 10 just because I didn't like the romance between Dorian and, I always forget the characters' names. I'm so bad with character, and Selena, with Dorian and Selena, that I just didn't love it because I kind of ship her. Like, I just didn't like their interactions a whole lot. I feel like that's who we're supposed to be rooting for, and I'm not like, I'm kind of rooting for the other guy. So I don't know how this series will turn out for me. But I think the fantasy in it is so addicting, and Throne of Glass is all about trials and tribulations and stuff like that. So I got the fourth book, Heir of Fire, sorry. And it's actually a pretty thick book, so yeah. Oh, I should say the prices. I always forget to say the prices. So this one I said was $15, and that seems to be the sale price. And then the Inheritance Games were only about $8 or $9 after, because it was $8.99. This was about $12. So not the cheapest, but definitely they're in a little bit better condition than you might find at a Value Village. So that's one thing. And also they have a more curated selection. So it's gives and takes, but right beside the BMV is a Value Village, so I did go there as well. And I found 3 other books, which I got just purely for entertainment in my own personal collection. So the first book I'm going to show off is one I haven't seen anywhere. So I've been finding a lot of books that I'm actually interested in outside of ones that I'm like having recommended to me. This one is called The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And it seems really, really interesting. It's about this woman who, lives a very troubled life. She seems like a little middle-aged woman. And then one day this hot, steaming guy comes into her life. But he seems a little bit more than he's he's about. Like, he's a vampire. It's very heavily insinuated that he's a vampire and that he's killing people in the town. But I guess she's in love with him. I think it's going to be like a lovers to enemy situation. So that's really fun. I just love this cover. As soon as I saw it, I was really drawn to it. And I feel so happy that I picked it up. Because I put it down and then I was like, no, I have to take this. It was $8. So it was a little bit expensive considering Value Village standards, but it is hardcover, and it's not that many pages, so I hope it's good. The other ones I got, I'm really excited for. Quick burp break. I had all you can eat sushi, so there's a lot going on. This one, I saw the sequel for this book in Indigo, and I was really interested in the sequel. But obviously I haven't read the first book, and then guess what I found? I found the first book, From Blood and Ash. I actually haven't heard a whole lot about this one. This is by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Hopefully I said that correctly. It seems interesting. I haven't heard a lot about this, but one or two people have read this series. I don't know, I feel like it speaks to me. I feel like it's a little bit of a hidden gem. I feel like this will be like a 7 out of 10 book, so I'm very interested in that. And then the cheapest book I got is actually the most exciting find, which is Legendborn for $4.49. I was ecstatic to have found this because it's been on my list, and it's been very high up on my list because I very much value diversity in fantasy settings. It is something that is so lacking, and disgustingly so. I, as a writer, value diversity, and as a diverse person of queer, mentally ill existence, finding representation, even in fantasy books, is so weirdly not there. So my little baby is here. Hi, little baby. Are you putting your butthole in my face? Yeah, thank you for your butthole. Thank you. Thank you for your butthole, baby. Just a quick biting my cat break. I've heard some mixed reviews on it, but I believe it will be very good. I think this is going to be at least an 8 out of 10. And I'm excited to read the rest of the series if I like this book. Hopefully I really like this book. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about this one, so this was quite a find. And it's in pretty good condition, so, except for... No, it's in pretty good condition. So, yeah, that's it. That's all the books I have. So to recap, we have Legendborn, we have From Blood and Ash, we have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. It's a fucking mouthful. We have Heir of Fire from Throne of Glass, The Inheritance Games, the first book, and then random art book that I picked up. So that's all I got, and it was about $40, which is pretty good, and I hope to find many more. So if you like watching me in my sustainable book hauls, then please continue to the rest of my videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye, peoples!